And today we've got an episode of What You Cooking, Steph? It's been a long time since the last one, which was the ICI smoothie bowl, which we have really been enjoying the smoothie bowls, and we have veered off of the recipes and just simply use whatever we have at the house that's available. And Marty has been eating quite a few of them. Not the last couple of weeks I haven't made any, but we have been enjoying them. The new bullet's been working really well. So we'll post some more recipes that we really like that we came up with later. Some mixtures that we like. Tonight, what we're going to do is, you know that we opened the Misfits Market Box last week, and promised to show you what we did with some of the things in the box, and we identified the two mysterious vegetables that were in the box. Oh, we didn't get the parsnip. You get the parsnip out? It's in there. All right, so as you can see, that's our refrigerator behind us, but we also have a little refrigerator here that we keep drinks and yogurts and vegetables, because this hunkin' mama here will freeze all of our vegetables. And by the way, a moment of silence for the celery, because she froze the celery, so we don't have to worry about it. Woo! Not that we were going to eat it anyway, but so if you remember, that's all of it.
I think so. Okay. I'm going to keep digging.
So you remember from last time, these little babies I called some kind of weird alien child. These are actually, oh, they're starting to soften. Maybe that freezer is too cold, refrigerator is too cold also. Anyway, these are parsnips. Parsnips, that's what these are. And we are going to make them in a recipe tonight. We are going to, I did ask you guys if you could identify these, and thank you to everyone who chimed in and told us what these and the other item was. Can you, do you have the sunchokes?
I do. The bag is breaking.
The bag that had the stuff that I initially thought was ginger, they are actually sunchokes, also known as Jerusalem artichokes. Although some of the paperwork I read said that they're not from Jerusalem and they're nothing like an artichoke. They're actually more like a potato. So we have a recipe for these. We're going to do this for dinner Sunday. Tonight, Friday, date night, because we can't go anywhere since Alabama has shut us down and we're all at home and can't go anywhere. So for date night, we decided to cook some of the things from the Misfits box. The parsnips. We got some recipes from a couple of people, and the winning recipe, dun, dun, dun. Why are you not in frame? What are you doing?
I was getting ready to get the dirt off the parsnips.
Cold water.
Yes.
My sous chef, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here's Marty's joining me tonight because one of you mentioned you couldn't wait to see what we made with it, so I told him he was as obligated as I was to making the recipe. The winning website came from a recommendation by From Frumpy to Diva. From Frumpy to Diva. Thank you for the websites. We were able to go through there and check out a few recipes, and we found one that we wanted to try tonight. And it is from the Taste of Home link site that you gave us. And the recipe is slow cooker parsnip and apple soup. We wanted to pick something that even if you had heard of parsnips before, you may not have tried this particular recipe before. So we wanted to pick something that was different and a little out of our comfort zone. We've not eaten parsnips before, but we certainly haven't eaten it. Parsnip and apple soup. So we're going to see how that works. The recipe calls for 2 medium tart apples. Well, we don't have tart apples. The stores are in whatever array that they are. So we had a bag of Gala apples that we got from Sam's. And then we had these apples that came in the Misfit box, which are golden.
Delicious.
And I thought they were sweet. Did you think they were sweet when you ate them?
Yes.
I thought they were very sweet. So out of the two, we decided to go with the Gala. Gala apples are sweet too, but not as sweet as that apple was. It is really, really good. So we're gonna go with the Gala because that's what we have on hand. It's a worldwide pandemic. Pandemic. So Alabama has just made an announcement that almost everything is closing down 5 o'clock tomorrow. So getting out to the store doesn't seem like a great idea right now. So we're going to use what we have on hand, and we will let you know what we substitute. So no tart apples, we're using Gala apples. And we have to chop them. 2 cups of chopped parsnips. We're going to use all of those parsnips. I don't know if that's 2 cups or not, but we're going to use them all because I think that refrigerator needs to be turned down a bit. It's not used to having that many vegetables in it. Yes, we're terrible. I know, whatever. 1 cup of thinly sliced fresh carrots. We do have some baby carrots that we like to buy from Sam's because I like to dip them in hummus, and my husband likes to pour salad dressing on them in a bowl. So we're going to use those. We'll slice them. They're the whole baby carrots, so we'll slice those until we get a cup. And 1/2 cup of chopped onions. Well, purple onions came in the box, so we're going to use half of, is that purple or red? We're going to, purple. We're going to use half of this purple onion from the box, the Misfits box. 2 cans of vegetable broth. I'm not sure we have vegetable broth now that I think about it. We're Instant Pot people, and we tend to buy beef broth, chicken broth, or either I'll make my own broth, but I've not made vegetable broth before. So whatever broth we have, we will put that in, and we'll let you know when we get to that part. 2 cups of water. I think we can fill that one. 2 cups of cider vinegar, which I hope is their way of saying apple cider vinegar, because that's what we have and that's what we're going to use. 1.5 teaspoons of minced fresh rosemary, plus more for topping. Out of all the seasons we have 15,000 containers of basil, but not one of rosemary, and we certainly don't have fresh rosemary. And the sad part is I was standing in Walmart right before all this, looking at that little packet of cilantro, mint, and all that, thinking, I know we need one of those, but I don't know which one it is. Oh well. And then I walked away. So I am going to use my rosemary essential oils from doTERRA, because you can ingest some of the doTERRA essential oils. I would not digest any other essential oil, but the rosemary from doTERRA is ingestible for the body. Okay, so I'm going to use that instead. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to use our sea salt grinder because that's what we like nowadays. And a quarter teaspoon of pepper, and we're going to use the black peppercorn pepper. And it says that you can use fresh cracked pepper, and that's optional. We don't have it because we don't use it. We're not huge pepper fans. I just started putting pepper in food within the last
6 months.
Maybe a year. Give it a year. Within the last year. Maybe a year and a half. Because I was not a big lover of pepper. I'm still not, but I do understand that it does add flavor to some dishes in small amounts. So that's what we're going to do. It says that the total time is prep time 15 minutes, cook time 3 hours, and it should yield 8 servings, which is 2 quarts. Now, we're not 3-hour kind of people. Not where we were. We were crock pot people, but now we're Instant Pot people. So we're going to put this baby in the Instant Pot and put it on pressure cook for whatever time we can figure out from what vegetable times We have the little magnets that have the vegetable, the meat, or whatever. So whatever time we can guess from that, we'll put it in the Instant Pot and put it to work. So we're not going to make you watch us chop up everything, which my sous chef is already in the process of doing. You didn't take this off?
I'm leaving that. This is what I'm keeping.
No, I mean you didn't take the outside off?
You didn't say to take the outside off.
Well, all right, in the meantime, while he's cutting that up, it says that the nutritional facts are 1 cup of this soup is 61 calories, no fat, no saturated fats, no cholesterol, 454 milligrams of sodium, which probably is coming from the broth, and 15 grams of carbohydrates, 7 grams of sugar, 3 grams of fiber. Marty loves fiber. 1 gram of protein, and if you're doing a diabetic exchange, it's 1 starch. All right. So what else do we need?
Right?
We need the apples chopped, and I'll get the vegetable broth. All right, chicken or beef?
I think chicken will fit better.
So this is our Instant Pot, which we are big lovers of. Funny story while he's doing that. A friend of ours, Shelly, of course, who else, has an Instant Pot. And we were talking about it, and I was telling Marty about it. And he's like, no, we don't need an Instant Pot. Previously, he was, oh, we don't need an Instant Pot, blah, 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 blah. Well, after we were talking to Shelly and talking about some recipes and things, then out of the blue one day, he decides we desperately need an Instant Pot. And we have to go to Sam's right now, this weekend. What?
Guilty.
Yeah.
I said I'm guilty.
You have to go to Sam's right now, this weekend, and grab an Instant Pot. Okay. I'm a little shaken, but I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. So we go to Sam's. He gets in there and sees the price of the Instant Pot. Oh, well, I didn't know it was going to cost that much. It's like, well, how much did you think it was going to cost? Well, I thought it would be like 40 or 50 bucks. No, honey, that's a crock pot. An Instant Pot is 130 bucks at that time. So Sam's had it on sale for 99 bucks. And he didn't think that was, he didn't want to pay that amount. Me, not having really thought about the Instant Pot anyway, was like, okay, whatever. So we move on. Less than 48 hours later, he comes back. I'm sorry, we need the Instant Pot. Like, why do we all of a sudden need an Instant Pot, right? So now we head back to the store to get the Instant Pot. And guess what happened? It was no longer on sale. So the crock pot, the Instant Pot that we could have paid $99 for, we had to go back and get and pay full price at $130 for it. I don't to this day know if he still knows why he needs an Instant Pot.
I'm a pressure cooker guy.
He is a pressure cooker guy. Yeah. All right, so he is, what are you, licensed, certified, what do you call it?
I am a certified, an FDA certified canning inspector, because I used to do canning sessions for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
All right, so he has this thing about pressure cookers. One of the first gifts I wanted to give him for Christmas or anniversary, I don't remember. May have been Christmas or his birthday, which are right close together. His birthday is in November. And yes, I'm talking while he's doing all the preparation.
The onion. The onion.
Onion. Here, you only need half.
Okay.
All right.
Glasses anymore.
So he wanted a pressure cooker, but it had to be, what is it, 12 pounds?
Had to be at least 12 and a half pounds.
At least 12 and a half pounds. Y'all, I spent at least 2 years trying to find a pressure cooker. None of them would drop that. None of them went down that low. I think it was like 15 pounds or.
No, they were stuck at 10.
10, okay. Yeah, and he refused. So I'm secretly searching for probably 2 years for a pressure cooker that has 12 pounds. And it was so frustrating and annoying and aggravating. And I think I found one. Yeah, we have like 2 or 3 now. We bought one at a on base Goodwill store, and then I found one from somewhere in order. I mean, I was online. I was looking at thrift stores. I was going everywhere trying to find this crazy pressure cooker that I didn't even know existed. So to say he likes a pressure cooker, yes, he likes a pressure cooker. All right.
Half of this onion.
All right, half of the onion. Since this is for the Instant Pot, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and put the broth in. Plug it up. And if you didn't know, if you have a crock pot and didn't know this, you can take your lid and plop it in the handle like that, and it will hold your lid open for you. So it calls for 14 ounces of vegetable broth. We have chicken and beef, and we're going to go with chicken. This is what you do when you're in a state of emergency. You use what you go into the pantry and you go into the food storage and use what you have. All right, so this is 32 ounces and I need 14 ounces, so half of this. We're going to put our Instant Pot on saute so that it can go ahead and start warming up, so we don't have to wait as long for it to heat up. Okay. And since we have, that's probably more than 2 cups of parsnips, so I'm not worried about how much of this I put in. But that may be enough. We'll just go with that. All right, so combine all of the ingredients in a 4 or 5 pot slow cooker. Cook covered until parsnips are tender, 3 hours. If desired, top with additional minced rosemary and cracked pepper. Okay, so the apples and the parsnips.
Onions.
Carrots. Yeah, you can go ahead and put the onions in. It doesn't matter, I guess, what order we put them in. Wait.
Oh, I found something. Okay.
Okay. And 2 cups of water.
How much for carrots?
I'll grab the carrots and you grab the water. 2
Yes.
cups. And I'm not going to even worry about chopping them. They're baby carrots. Let's just toss them in. Unless you want to chop them. I don't care.
Well, let's try it this way. They're a little oversized for baby carrots, but they'll do.
I mean, looking at the picture, sorry guys to move the camera, but it was in front of the little refrigerator.
Can you still see us?
Ooh, you scared me. See, looking at the picture, those are pretty big pieces of carrots in there. See, those are pretty big pieces. That's why I say you just use the holes.
All right.
But if you want to
go
chop
ahead.
them up a little,
No,
that's fine. That 2 cups of water?
Yes.
Chunk it in. You get 1 cup of thinly fresh carrots. So your hands have been washed. I haven't washed mine.
Half, right?
I haven't washed mine. That's why I'm holding this.
Right. Sorry. Okay. Where I drop, I drop. Okay, that's it?
Yep. You can put the other one in there too.
I'm going to eat that one.
Oh, well, grab 2 or 3 more and dump it in there. All right.
Okay.
So we have the apples, the parsnips, the carrots, the onion, the vegetable broth, the water, 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar.
Are we done with the
Yes.
cutting?
I should have had this out ready. All right, 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. All right, and a half a teaspoon of salt. That made me a little bit more.
Where are we?
We are on a half a teaspoon of salt. Nope, actually, bam! I'm good. All right, and then a 1/4 cup of pepper. All right, 1/4 cup of pepper. And
Quarter teaspoon, is that what that is?
I mean teaspoon.
Okay.
A 1/4 cup of pepper. Whoa, that would be like really terrible. That wasn't quite a 1/4 of a cup. I mean 1/4 of a teaspoon. Make sure you read it below because I'm misquoting all kind of stuff here. And we're going to stir that together. Need some meat. I'm a carnivore. I need meat. All right. That's it.
Is the broth in there? I
So-
didn't watch that part.
Yeah, I put it in while you were doing that.
Okay, all right.
So let's see. If we were cooking, what's the closest thing? Eggplant would be 3 to 4 minutes. Onions 2 to 3. Carrots 6 to 8. Potatoes 12 to 15.
Now we're talking.
Sweet potatoes 12 to 15. So shall we go for 12 minutes?
The longest.
12 minutes? All right. I did wash my hands before I came into the kitchen, I remember. So I'm good. For those of you who wonder when I said I didn't wash my hands. I'm going to cancel the saute. So I'm going to press the pressure cook button. And it's on 38 minutes because that was the last thing we cooked. We're going to turn that down to 12 minutes. And leave it alone till it's ready. Make sure that our vent is closed back here and we're ready to go. It started to heat up already because we had it on saute. It was warming up, so it went on a little quicker. With that, I don't have any more funny stories to tell you, so I'm going to pause the video and we'll be back in 12 minutes when we release the steam so you can see how our creation turns out. Hold that thought. Okay, I forgot about the rosemary. We actually had this rosemary garlic seasoning blend, and it prompted me that I hadn't put the rosemary in yet. So luckily this hasn't locked yet. You can see some steam starting to come out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rosemary oil in. I'm also a wellness advocate for doTERRA, so that's why I have all these oils. I would probably normally not have all these oils, every oil they make almost. How much rosemary does it say?
1 to 1.5 I'm sorry, 1.5 teaspoons minced fresh rosemary, plus more for topping. That's why I need a couple drops of this.
So doTERRA essential oils are very potent. They're very strong. Where other oils you would have to take like 3 or 4, maybe 5. With doTERRA, you would only have to take 1. Like 1 drop of peppermint oil is like equal to so many cups of peppermint tea. So it is very strong. So we're just going to do 2 drops. What was it again?
1.5 teaspoons minced fresh
Because it's
rosemary.
1.5, I'll do 2 drops. Yes, this one is, you can't eat this one. 1.
Okay.
Oh, that was actually 3 drops. The last one slipped in there. And then we'll mix that up. It smells interesting. So you know some of those ones you slice are still stuck together? They won't separate. There we go.
I smell the rosemary.
We smell, yeah, the rosemary.
Wow.
We can already smell the rosemary. It's just that potent. And because the pot is, as you can see, the steam rising, so it's heated up. So that rosemary oil is being heated up immediately. This needs some meat. Can you tell I'm not used to cooking without meat? I'm a carnivore. Now we're putting the lid back on, and it will continue where it left off. We're going to make sure our steam vent is closed, and it will continue where it left off when I open the lid back up. So we're going to pause you again, and we'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Okay, hun. I thought the counter was closer to me. We heard the beep. The Instant Pot says L001. So we're going to, I'm not going to turn it off. I'm just going to release the pressure. Don't do that with your finger. You should do it with something else. But I'm just used to being in the kitchen and just grabbing stuff, and I know how many seconds I have to move my hand. So, but don't try that at home if you're not, you know. It's an experience. I have burned my finger, and after that, I learned the timing that works for me. But I do not advise doing that if you are not used to doing that. So, you can see all the steam being released out. And as soon as it's ready, it will make a noise, and we'll open it up, and we'll see what it tastes like. We could smell it cooking while we were sitting in the living room. I asked Marty to let's play music, and he gave me my guitar, and he grabbed his guitar, and then I went to Facebook. So we didn't play anything. He played, and I just went to Facebook. I was talking to my class while we're waiting for that to happen. I was talking to my class, and they were like, you should do a live, and make sure you do a Bible verse, and do a positive talking before you do, and that kind of thing. And so I got caught up. That's not how I do. Okay. I got caught up in that, and that's why I was on Facebook. I was responding to that, and in my mind thinking, okay, what am I going to do for a class? So I thought it would be finished by the time I finished that story, but apparently not. You can also buy a little funnel. Like this oftentimes will blow under our cabinet, and I don't want it to do that because I don't want to ruin the cabinet. So we have a little tunnel that you can put on top of this that will redirect the steam. So it will come out of the tunnel and come out on the side. But since it's sitting over the stove, on the stove, and under the vent, the fan here, I'm just going to let the steam go up. Wow. It never seems to take this long every day. The smell is really, really good. I mean, it smells really fresh. It's an appealing smell. Even though it's not meat, It's appealing. What do you think? You're quiet.
It smells like meat to me. So I have a problem.
Oh,
yeah.
You can't smell it.
You
It's not smell like
describing
meat.
it this way, I can almost smell the meat.
Oh. Okay. It's the chicken broth.
Oh!
It's the chicken broth. I can smell it now. And I smell the broth, the chicken broth.
Yeah, speaking of that, let me put this away.
Oh, David. Helpful tip number 1. If you know a box of chicken broth.
Know what year you put things into your refrigerator.
In addition to that tip number 2, if you use broth.
If you open something.
If you open a container of broth, it usually only stays good for about 10 days. But we could never figure out how long one has been sitting there. So I always keep a Sharpie in the cabinet here. And I always mark the day that I open it. Today is the
27th.
3/27.
I hope.
Including the year 2020. And that way I know the next time I want to use broth, if that broth is old and should be thrown away, and open up a new one, or if I can still use that one. All right. Nope, still not ready yet. It's almost there. It's not seeping out anymore, so we need a few more seconds. It'll usually give you a sound when you can open it. I just rush it and open it before then.
Not yet.
And
now you can.
And it will tell you that you can't open it, because when you try, it will not unlock. As Marty is pointing out, there's a little button back here that's up when the pressure builds up. And when the pressure has evaporated out, the little red button will drop down. Or it's a mechanism, not a button. It's a mechanism. It rises up and then it drops down, and then you can open it once that button drops down. So you'll hear a sound. And right now it's just it's keeping on warm. And here we go.
I'm going to pour all that water back in.
What else am I going to do with it?
I don't know, but
it came from here.
Okay.
Wow, okay. Everything looks the same color. There's no excitement in here. Oh, that's what the rosemary probably would have done. I'm going to bring you closer to take a look. So that's what it looks like. And you'll see it better when we get it in the bowl. So there's no meat. I'm not used to a dish with no meat. Yes, I am a carnivore. That's enough. I don't just want a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Pick one. Yep.
Bon appetit.
Yep. Like we're feeding each other chocolate cake at our wedding reception.
It smells fresh. Then you can smell that rosemary too. That rosemary is still.
Oh.
And
all right.
I was just burning my finger. You get a look at it.
It's hot.
So that's what it looks like.
Quite hot.
It's very hot. All right. Sit back. How is it?
It has a texture of potatoes, but there's a better flavor. I'm going to use a pot holder. I can't hold that bowl. It's that hot.
Well, it did just come off the...
Right.
Where's an apple? Oh. No, that's not an apple. Did I get any apple?
We know we put it in.
Oh, I think that's what I smell too, is the apple. A little of the apple. I can't find it though. Cornbread. We need cornbread. Crackers. Maybe I'll put some crackers in it. I'm not enthusiastic, as you can tell. I like meat. I don't like dishes with no meat.
I think I taste the apple.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I can see why you said potato. It doesn't have the texture of potato, but it does slightly taste like a potato after you chew it for a second and you get to the center of the parsnip. It kind of reminds you of a potato. It's not a bad taste. I'm not a vegetable person. I have to force vegetables down. It's not bad. It just doesn't have any meat in it. I eat meat.
I get it. The next soup we cook has to have
It has
some
to
meat
have
in
meat
it.
in it. I can't do this. But I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to get myself a whole sleeve. Yes, I said a whole sleeve of Ritz crackers and dump them in here. I may put a little more of this soup in here and pretend like it's a chicken pot pie with no chicken.
All right.
So this is our date night. Now that we're in the state of emergency.
Welcome to date night.
Welcome to date night. You should feel privileged because we don't let anyone in on our date nights. We don't cancel our date nights unless it's an absolute emergency or something is out of our control to get around. And we usually tell people that's date night. Don't call, don't invite me.
We don't answer the phone.
Don't call me, don't text me, don't anything. So, but we brought you in tonight because you're special. Okay, I'm done. It was not bad. It really, if you like parsnips, if you like apples, I think it would have been better with a sour apple.
I've never had parsnip.
Me either. This is my first experience with parsnip. And the parsnip itself was fine. The dish, I'm going to go open up a can of chicken and throw it in there.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a can of chicken in mine. Or in this whole pot. And that's going to be...
We'll put it in the pot.
Put it in the pot.
Maybe 2 cans.
2 cans of chicken.
That's
Okay.
maybe a little extravagant, but there is enough for 2 meals.
There's enough for 2.
So.
We put 2 cans of there and get some crackers, and it'll be a nice summer soup for us. With meat in it, I can get it. I can convince myself to eat it if there's some meat in it. So Marty's gonna go get 2 cans of chicken, and we'll put that in there. So leave any comments below
Thank you for watching.
If you have any questions about, you don't have to step out. If you have any questions about the recipe, we will put it all down below, what we substituted items for. Again, these are the vegetables from the Misfits Market Box. And we have another box coming Wednesday. That's my delivery day choice, was Wednesday. And it did give me the options to do some add-ons. When I saw that they had already sold out of pineapples, then I wasn't open to anything else. I was like, I don't want to see anything else because I can't get a pineapple. I'm just done. It did not give me the option to change what's in the box. So I'm kind of concerned about that because I thought you would get the option to do that as you got out of the beginner phase, the first initial box. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll let you know how long we do this. I don't know how long we're going to do it. We are very bad at getting vegetables in, except Marty. Marty eats a can of green beans every day. Granted, it's not fresh. Can of green beans, puts tuna on top, and salad dressing.
It's salad in a can.
So he gets a can of green beans, although not fresh and high in sodium. He at least gets a can of green beans every day. I, on the other hand, have to force any type of vegetable. I drink a V8 juice. Or I make a juice in my juicer, and that's how I try to get vegetables in. So this will be very nice for me. We get the parsnips in, we get some apples in, and we got to use the parsnips, the onions. We got to use 2 things from our Misfits box. And we have lettuce, tomatoes, and
celery.
Lettuce, tomatoes in the fridge that we'll probably have a nice salad Sunday. The sunchokes said that they could actually be eaten raw on top of a salad.
Okay.
So we may do that. We'll see. Anyway, we'll record that too and let you know how. We may do some on a salad and do some in another recipe that we found that we like. So shout out to From Frumpy to Diva. Thank you so much for the recipes or the websites, and thank you for watching and commenting. And I have been enjoying reading your comments on the other videos of mine that you've been watching. Thank you for your support. And with that being said, do you have anything else to say?
Just enjoy.
With that being said, I'll go with my regular closing. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, you can always feel free to give it a thumbs down. You do you, boo. But I would hope you would give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, let me ask you to please subscribe to this channel by clicking the little box below. And while you're doing that, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can be notified anytime that I or we upload a video on this YouTube channel. That's a mouthful. And with that, my regular closing. Remember, hun, if you are having a good day, help someone else have a good day. It's the small and simple things in life that makes life worth living. Love and shimmies. Love and shimmies.